Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Firefly Tarot. Today we're going to be looking at what is blocking you, and I'll of course get advice and just any detail that I can around this topic. I wanted to do this for the new moon / partial eclipse that's going on tomorrow, and apparently that's supposed to really they said kind of like shake things up and help to transform us. And so I figured, we would need to know what's blocking us from our full potential. So I have done this topic before, but we'll see the new messages. And we have the 4 different groups here. I'll show you each one. And remember, it's a general reading. If you'd like a personal reading, the info is below. For this reading, I'll be using this deck called the Light Seers Tarot, but I'll also be using the Rider deck, just kind of switching off if I need to. So here's group number 1. This is the Selenite Moon. Group number 2 is the Scorpion Totem. Group number 3 is the Blue Goldstone Moon. And group number 4 is the Wolf. Okay, so just take as much time as you need. Please only watch this if you feel called to it. And timestamps are below, and whenever you are ready, I will see you at your reading. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 1, which is the Selenite Moon. So let's get into your energy and see what's going on, if something's blocking you. Any negative energies, thoughts, even situations or people. Spirit, this reading is for group number 1. Group number 1, our Selenite Moon, please and thank you. What is your starting message, please? Spirits, for group number 1. What is your starting message, Spirits? Thank you, thank you. Okay, so we have the 10 of Pentacles. I can guess what Spirit is trying to get at with this card, but I will look further into it. With the 10 of Pentacles, for many of you, this could be, of course, something with the financial or work aspect of life or family. So let's see if that's the case. Spirit, what do we need to know for group number 1 now and moving forward, or just anything in the recent past? What is blocking them? What is going on in their energy? What is blocking them? We have King of Wands. We have the 4 of Swords. So from what it looks like here, it is a little bit of a different message because of just the vibes I'm getting off of the King of Wands. It seems like something having to do with your ability. Like, it looks like your leadership, your ability, your focus and vision forward. Something even also relating to your heart chakra. It does look like this part of you is kind of feeling, or it just is dormant or inactive, or that could be exactly what is blocked. So obviously I'll get more on that. But it kind of looks like for that reason, your inner flame and your inner passion has been unable to grow, and again, to reach its full potential. And, I think that that's part of the issue too. That's part of the answer too. Is that if you are feeling that it's stuck, I think that a lot of you may have been actually even feeding into that thought and that energy, and kind of then creating a blockage in front of you through those thoughts. So there's probably layers to this. What was the original thing that blocked them? I do see something with the 10 of Pentacles having to do with your path. Something like a path in front of you, and it was just difficult to get to that next step. It could have just been like maybe an action that you couldn't take, let's say. Yeah, so here with the 5 of Cups, it does look like there was could have been situational issue here. And since this is a general reading, it will be all kinds of different things, but this is more in a physical sense, right? So before, the physical things, it could be money, work, or family, or like some tangible thing. So here it does look like there was something you were unable to move forward with. There was a part of your situation where it wasn't lining up. It could have just been a complete disconnect or a misalignment in some way in a physical sense, right? And I think that this did truly disrupt your action energy and your fire energy, and it kind of just maybe discouraged some of you very quickly as well. But again, the reason for this, I think, the true reason deeper down in your soul has to do with your leadership potential and with your power. I don't know if maybe some of you, it was that there was the disappointment. Others of you, obviously, it could have been something, bigger than that. It could have been a loss. It could have been that you were grieving something. It could have been, or someone. It could have been that maybe you just felt, because of whatever was going on here, it does feel for some of you like a little bit of a sense of hopelessness. There could have been any number of things here with this Five of Cups, but it feels like that sense of something's missing, this either disappointment or sorrow energy. Although it did not truly take away from your power with the King of Wands being here, it just feels like it shut it down, like that power momentarily. What else do we need to know about what is possibly blocking them, or what has been blocking them? Thank you. The card go, here it is. Okay, yeah, so group one, this is kind of quickly turning into a message having to do, I think, with your perspectives, possibly for some of you, your mental health aspect of things, because it does look like this shot you down in terms of mentally, right? Even if it was circumstantial, even if it was something outside of yourself at first. Here with the Nine of Swords, we do see an excessive amount of worry, and I would say it turns into doubt and that type of more spiritual or emotional fear, okay? And again, there could be any number of factors or reasons here, but this Nine of Swords is really debilitating, I'm feeling, okay? So it may have started one way, and there could have been something completely even unrelated to things that I would say triggered this. So maybe we do have some underlying wounds here that maybe you have not fully either recognized or healed. Maybe you've tried. It's very difficult to do. So perhaps you can do some releasing soon. Yeah, because this with this Nine of Swords, it's the same kind of thing. It kind of turned very dark very quickly. I'm still feeling like a sense of, sometimes from some of you, a little bit of that sense of hopelessness, and say like, this is impossible, something kind of like that. And again, that creates a blockage. It really does, because like I said before, it was different. It was something that was basically unrelated to you. I mean, at least in this part, like it was unrelated to that specific spiritual path, but something happened where everything got tangled up and it got a bit confusing, and the whatever conflict was there, and it may not have aligned into place. So what I'm thinking has to happen here is that you have to come back into your power. You have to come back into your confidence. And that's, of course, not an easy thing to do. But the truth is that you do have that power. I mean, look at the card, you see? And you have the lion in the background. You have the torch here. But the King of Wands has to believe in himself. Or obviously, I'm not talking about genders here, but you have to believe in yourself to regain that sense of fire and passion, which then leads to action. So it all is going to snowball after each other, So what else do we need to know of what is blocking them, please? And just anything else, anything of how to get unblocked. We have the Devil here and the Magician. Okay, so pretty much group one, it took me a minute to see what was really going on here. There's a lot of distortion, I have to say, in the messages. So that's why it took me a second here to figure this out. I do think that sometimes this, whatever type of negative energy this is, and I'll get to these cards in a second, I think that it may have really affected you. And I don't know if that's something that happens often, because it's easy to get tempted, right, into negative thoughts and spirals. Or I don't know if maybe this was, again, something more recent where it truly was circumstantial. Either way, I did pick up on a lot of, when I say distortion, I think I just mean illusion and like basically false negative thoughts and beliefs, just lots of shadow energy here, lots of darkness energy here. So that being said, with the Devil card, it does look like you were being controlled by these thoughts or this darkness or whatever. And again, the King of Wands is very similar here to the Magician card. This does, to me, in this version of the Magician, it looks like someone who was kind of knocked down off of their their tall stance. They were knocked down, and here they are just kind of trying to pick things up off the floor, and just they're isolated. They're maybe disconnected / lonely and isolated here, right? And kind of trying to pick up the pieces again. Okay. So there's two things that you need to do to become unblocked, to repeat it, is you have to come back into your power. So what you could do is do solar plexus chakra work. But I mean, obviously you want to work on all the chakras, especially the first 3, because that helps you with your sense of foundation. But definitely you have to come back into that power, okay? You can use crystals for the solar plexus. You can do all kinds of different, meditative work for it. You can just search it, find books on it. I have a video for chakras in my description where I have an intro on it. That's number 1. And number 2, I think that what you might have to do now is connect back, right? Because here, like I said, you're disconnected from your guides, from spirit, from your higher self, from the universe, and from like the positive energy forces. Not completely though, because you're still kind of playing around with the energy in this card, but there is this sense of loneliness and isolation, or just feeling like, they said like dejected or maybe even rejected, okay? So yeah, you will have to come back. So when you come back into your power, everything is going to shift, because the thing is, you'll get your light back, and your light is your strongest form of protection. I talk about that a lot, actually. My favorite affirmation that I ever had, I think I just probably came up with this years ago, but I would always say, my light is more powerful than your darkness. And I would have to say this a lot, because I don't know if it's like, I don't really know how it works, but whatever negative energy or darkness that I was dealing with, if it was just negative thoughts or if it was something more than that, I don't know. But this affirmation would help me quite a bit. Okay, so you may want to keep that in mind. Okay, group 1. So I think that is what is blocking you. I think that originally it started off something differently. You can let me know if that's true. But I think what it's turned into is like, you're so powerful that you kind of did create this blockage. It's almost like folded in front of you. And then it created this obstacle in your way. Not permanent at all. Not at all. But it is something that's good to be aware of, because your thought process and your energy in terms of your focal energy is so powerful that it kind of did create this thing. I totally relate to that. Like, so if you guys are an overthinker or something like that, you'll see what I mean. It happens. So yeah, I gave some advice to get unblocked. Let's just get a final card of advice. Spirit, what is their final message? Group number 1. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, they said kind of the same thing, that you're going to have to get back into balance. But for some of you, this means that you're going to have to make some sort of a decision soon, within the next one, like maybe up to 3 days or up to 3 weeks, depending. This will present itself to you. And if you do find that you're presented with a decision of like A or B, I have to choose this thing, it'll make more sense to you then. But that's all they wanted to hint at. Otherwise, just try your best to come back into balance, okay? So yeah, group 1, that is what I have for you. I really hope that this was helpful. Please let me know below. And if you want a personal reading, the link is below. And I hope that everybody has a lovely and safe weekend, and sending you many blessings, okay? And I will see you next time. Take care. Bye. Hey everyone, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 2, which is our Scorpion totem. Okay, so let's take a look here for what's blocking you. Spirit, this reading is for group number 2, our Scorpion group. Please and thank you. Can you please let us know what is blocking them? Any advice to help them to get to their full potential, please, Spirit? Anything at all about the circumstances and energy surrounding their current blockage, please and thank you. Group 2, what is blocking them, Spirit? Or just any starting message, please, for our Scorpion group. Okay, so we have here 8 of Wands, which is funny because that's a card of a lot of movement and passion. Spirit, now and moving forward, do we need to know anything about what's blocking them, or what has been blocking them or had blocked them? Well, group 2, the good news is that if you were blocked, you're going to be unblocked really, really soon. That is very clear here, okay? Now, if you're worried about becoming blocked again, I'm hoping to see what this is all about. Okay, so Spirit, what do we need to know? Is there anything potentially that can still block them now and moving forward? What do they need to know? If you're wondering what could always unblock you, and I'll get more about the question, what is going to always unblock you in your path in general is freedom. Okay, so I would think that this means like freedom of mind and freedom of your energy. Freedom in many ways can be a mindset, right? Because it is this energy. Because that is what we're seeing here. It's like this forward moving, or in this case, in this card, it looks even upward moving fire energy. And same thing with the Page of Wands. This Page of Wands feels free to explore, to be curious, to express, to move, and to play. Okay, so that's a lot of things, but I feel that that could always unblock you if you need that info, which we'll tie up later. So here we have the Ace of Swords. This is a freedom of mind now, right? We're seeing this bright idea. I don't know if this has come to you yet, because Two of Wands can sometimes suggest the future thing, but it also could be talking about your freedom of mind regarding the future, your path ahead, where you're going, your intentions and your goals and everything. Okay, so is there anything that we need to know about what had been blocking them, just anything prior to this, and anything that could still block them? What I am going to guess, and actually I just got confirmation of this, I don't know when this shifted for you, but I'm going to guess that it had to do with this. The devil energy means trapped in this case, right? The sun energy is, again, freedom and joy, or darkness and light directly. You can kind of see that contrast here. You see the devil card in this particular version, we have someone who is being puppeteered, controlled, okay? For any number of reasons. The way that I'm kind of interpreting this too as well, like it looks almost like shining stars in the hair, but it looks like it was an illusion. Like, hey, look at these shiny things. I'm going to tempt you into this fate here. Okay, so group 2, yeah, I don't know if that's, I kind of don't think it's true exactly right now. And if you do still currently feel blocked, please know that this is going to lift very, very soon, because your first 2 cards shows that the blockage had lifted, but it's a general reading, so everyone differs. But like I said, I think whatever was blocking you, and potentially still may in the future at any point, is when you start to become trapped. And that could translate in different ways. Let's say that maybe you got stuck in your own way of thinking. Let's say that you were in a situation that did not allow you to be free, to speak your mind, to be your authentic self. It could have been even with a connection, and you know how that goes, because that can really suffocate us or debilitate us, right? Now, also with the devil card, the fact that this is the devil card, I mean, it also could be talking about some habits or behaviors that could trap us. There's so many different ways to become trapped. I mean, obviously that could be in different ways of like physically, environmentally, it could be spiritually, it could be mentally, or emotionally, right? So any of these things, like whatever one resonates for you, I think that each individual will be able to identify what this is. So again, the advice, which I thought I was going to get at the end, the advice came through already. The advice is to free yourself. And the way that you're going to do that, I think, is through all of these cards here. So I had already talked about Page of Wands, but look at the sun. Quite similar, right? This person is completely free, looking up to the sun, looking up to the heavens, and therefore connecting with the heavens and the earth, so in line. And maybe even receiving. I do feel receiving from this card. Receiving the higher power energies, receiving love. The heart chakra is wide open. So that also could be a hint as to what went on here. Some of you, if you did experience some kind of blockage within the heart space, or really within any of your chakras, but in particular, I do feel that the heart space is being identified. Yeah, that could certainly have caused that blockage. And again, like they said, something like suffocation. And I think that maybe it's more pronounced for you guys because perhaps you navigate from your heart chakra. Maybe that's who you are. Maybe you are this loving being, this loving emotional and spiritual being. And if your heart chakra is not freed, it's gonna really take a toll on you, okay? Now, like I said, there is something here regarding the Ace of Swords. It really does look like some awakening or realization is happening within the mind. And it could be really powerful where you get these psychic downloads and have a full-blown transformation, have a totally different way of doing something, and this is probably going to take you by surprise. It really could, it's one of those things where you were intending for it, you were trying to work towards something, and then all of a sudden you wake up and then you're like, oh wow, I'm doing things differently and I feel different. I think that's what's going to happen soon. Okay, so what else do they need to know about what's blocking them, or what could still potentially block them? Any other final advice, messages, guidance? Because this one kind of just went right to it. We have the Seven of Wands here. So it's funny because in Seven of Wands, it doesn't usually look like this in my other deck. And so I actually felt from this card balance, which I wouldn't have said otherwise, but we got confirmation here because we have the Justice card right next to it. So in order for you to stay unblocked or to stay free, I think that balance is the way to do it, right? So, I mean, yes, the go-to that I have is now meditating and achieving chakra balance, but there's more to it than that, of course. Like we have our 3D world. Make sure that you have especially things like a physical balance of like how you take care of yourself, how you sleep, how much time you spend with other people and yourself, like the stress in your life, like work-life balance, all of this stuff. Because you are probably going to notice that if in the near future something is just too extreme, it's like there's too much of one thing, too little of something else, this is, I feel, going to knock you off balance and then affect you and then possibly repeat the cycle. Okay, so I think it's just good to be aware of. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else about what could block them or what they need to know as advice? Final messages for group number 2. Yeah, so the only other thing to be cautious about, we have 5 of Wands and 2 of Swords. This is a little bit different. This 5 of Wands sort of conflict can mean many different things. If it comes from the space of your own mind and you're having inner conflict, I think that you're going to want to free yourself and look at all sides of the situation, because this blindfold is showing that there's a lack of the full scope of perspective and understanding. But give yourself some time. Take a step back, let it breathe, and make some time for clarity so that you can truthfully observe the situation, give it that breath of fresh air, and then make your decision based on your intuition and best judgment, right? But with the 5 of Wands, this also looks like it could be any conflict. This could be a type of conflict where there's headaches going on in your outer world, like stuff's not going right. This could be conflict where like other people are arguing or making drama for you and you're just like, getting sucked into it, let's say. But the 2 of Swords does show immediately a form of blockage, because again, we can't see straight. We're kind of getting dragged down here, and it's like pestering you. So be cautious of that one. I'm not guaranteeing that this is going to happen, but I do think that there could be a tendency for this to happen to you. So one additional thing I want to add besides balance is you want to cleanse your energy too. Cleanse and protect. I'll also add ground because that's always good. So for you guys in group 2, I think it's really crucial that you keep up with what I guess I call it spiritual hygiene. Cleanse your energy regularly, right? Especially after a negative or stressful day. Ground your energy regularly. So that's like root chakra work, grounding with the earth itself, feeling good and present in your physical body and your physical space, okay? And then lastly, protect your energy. Okay, I do have a video for that in the description boxes, but you can do it any way that you wish. This is so important for you guys because I think that you are a bit more susceptible to this type of energy imbalance just because of, your psychic abilities and perhaps your empathy. All right, so be on the lookout for that. But again, we started off with really good news is that if you were feeling blocked, it's unblocking very soon. And maybe you watched this just out of curiosity. Maybe you weren't necessarily blocked. So either way, it's good news. Can we please have a final message for group 2? Thank you. Thank you. The final message is a Knight of Swords. I see here that you are going to be moving forward. And I think they're also implying that you don't have to rush. You don't have to move too fast. You don't have to feel pressured in any way. That's good advice because we had the grounding thing just earlier. Really enjoy this journey. Enjoy the step-by-step. And, pause every once in a while. You know how they say stop and smell the roses? I feel like they're trying to say to you, pause and be present and really let this unfold at its natural kind of calm pace so that you can just get the most out of it. I think that that's the final message here. Okay, so group 2, I do hope that this resonated. Very interesting reading. So yeah, you can let me know below, and if you want a personal reading instead of this general one, the link for my personal readings is below as well. But yeah, thank you so much. Let me know how this resonated. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. But thank you guys so much. Sending you blessings as always, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 3, which is the blue goldstone moon. So let's see what's going on in your energy, get some helpful messages. Spirit, this reading is for group number 3, blue goldstone moon group. Please and thank you. Can you please let us know what is blocking them and any helpful advice they need to hear so that they can get to their fullest potential? Thank you, Spirit. Can we have a starting message, please, for group 3, blue goldstone moon? The card wanted to come out. Let's see. Okay, so group 3. For some of you, I feel that there was some recent event or energy activity here that possibly did really impact you emotionally. You know, some of you, there could have been some kind of loss or conflict or letdown. I feel with a member of either your family or someone close to you energetically, you know, some kind of connection. Now, obviously, that's not going to resonate for all of you. If it's not with an actual person, this even could have been with something inside of you within your own energy, and this created a starting blockage for you, because we have 2 of swords. Now, what I think happened immediately here was that it did change your mind on something. It did change your perspective. It could have really taken you out of your original confidence of what either was going on or what you were choosing for yourself. It kind of just really created a sense of doubt and fear, and there's just a lot of negativity that's happening here. I don't know if this is exactly what's causing the blockage, at least now, but let's see. Spirit, what is blocking them, please, and anything now and moving forward? What do we need to know? What is blocking them? Group 3. So here we do see the blockage itself, just kind of this feeling of delay and hesitation and complete stuckness here. And then here with the World card, similar, even though she looks happy being in her little, you know, sort of cocoon here, I'm still feeling like there's a limbo going on, kind of like I'm stuck in my own little bubble here. That's what it feels like. So can you tell us a little bit more about what is blocking them currently at this point in time? This is a little unrelated. Well, it is related, but with the 4 of Pentacles, I suddenly saw something with her third eye chakra. So that one could be relating to your connection with things that are psychic, your own sense of vision, your own sense of connection to divine, and even other people. So I don't know if that resonates, but there could be, for some of you, some actual form of like blocked vision or blocked psychic information, something like that. So that's somewhat related. Okay, what is blocking them, or now and moving forward, or what has blocked them? Yeah, okay. So here we have the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, so again, whether it was because of some actual connection or person, or maybe, again, just more of a situational energy, there was a huge disruption here. There could have been a battle. There could have been a lack of what you needed, like scarcity. There could have been a struggle, maybe financially for some of you, or with some other resource or physical aspect of things. Some of you, if it's 5 of Pentacles, that could have been directly something like a physical injury or something like that. So for you guys, this is the group where I'm seeing it really was because of what happened versus more internal, although it can become internal. But I do think that something went on in your environment or just in your life in general, and it completely just, it stalled you. It really was like you were cruising down the road and maybe even a highway, and then all of a sudden, something happened where on that road there was this huge obstruction, obstacle, or whatever was going on, and then you're looking at the surroundings and you're like, okay, well, I guess I'm stopping here. It kind of felt like that. So what think I mean, when that happens, I feel like there's always a reason for something, right? I tend to think that maybe if it's not happening, if it's not moving through, it could be caused because of some type of inner blockage, but it also might be the result of some other thing, such as divine timing and divine alignment. So I'll figure out what that is for you. So what is now blocking them as we move into the close future? What is blocking them now? Here. Okay. There's now something definitely mental aspect here coming through. I really think that some aspects here did affect your mind, your perceptions. That's what the word is. Your perceptions and your perspective of things. I don't think it's going to be permanent. I think that what's happening now, group 3, is that you're trying to figure out a different way to do something. That's really good. That shows that you're resourceful and resilient, and that you do have the resources within yourself to make that happen. Because we do see that you're freeing yourself from either limited thinking or limited situations. And here with the Queen of Wands, you did figure it out, or you will figure it out. You got your light back, you got the solutions, and whenever I think of solutions, I often think of the guides because they do help us with that, even if it looks impossible. Okay, anything else about what is blocking them or could still block them, and any advice on how to get unblocked and things moving again? Okay, here we have the King of Pentacles. They said, they said something about this card having to do with advice. I don't know if maybe there was someone recently that was trying to talk to you about something, and maybe it was their words that kind of may have affected you, but that could be positive or negative. And maybe someone did physically try to stop you, or verbally try to stop you and block you. But I don't think that is necessarily for everyone. And then we have here the Knight of Cups. So, yeah. Group 3, I kind of just get this feeling that there's a little bit of a few things here. Like I said, there very well could have been someone else's influence involved here, but I kind of feel like it was more than that. I feel like it possibly was someone else's influence. It could have possibly been something more physical in terms of like you just didn't have what you needed to move forward. And that is what I'm feeling here as well with the Ace of Pentacles. This Ace of Pentacles shows that someone is provided for. Like, here's exactly what you need to do what you need to do, right? There could have been a complete lack of that. Although I am seeing that that's going to be changing, okay? So maybe you might feel a little discouraged now, some of you, but this is going to change very soon. And your courage and your confidence is going to come right back. So I'm not worried for you in that regard. I think that this is going to end very well for you. And if for some reason you're not getting that immediate goal finished, you're going to just keep going. Like, you're going to keep on striving and doing what you can. You're doing exactly what you can in the situation. What else do they need to know about any potential blockages now moving forward, or anything even back then? Yeah, see? Oh my God, we have the Chariot. That's such crazy confirmation. So yeah, they said the same thing. You're going to keep going, and it's like double power moving forward. So whatever tried, or whatever or whoever may have tried to stop you, does not succeed, okay? So this is really funny how they just did that. It's such vibrant energy. Okay, is there any other final advice, messages, guidance? Because it's kind of, that's it. You guys are good. If you need any further confirmation or information about any of this stuff, you can check out my other pick of cards. Or if you want a personal reading, you can do that too, obviously. But I think that you guys are doing really well. Seven of Swords is here. There's so much that you're going to be figuring out along the way. There's a lot, Group 3, that is going to appear as something else, but it really isn't beneath the surface. And that's not an ominous negative message. There's so much that's going to be revealed in your situation. So actually, I kind of think, logically speaking, the best thing to do right now is to not expect anything. Because, like, you know how we're really striving for something and we have our eye on the prize and we just keep thinking about that thing? You probably would benefit from just really not thinking too hard about a specific future outcome. Instead, maybe just to enjoy the path and to see yourself as happy and peaceful. But, you know, in terms of stuff, how it works out, it may end up different for you because the divine is looking out for you and they're trying to get the best possible outcome for you. But how would you be able to know that if it just wasn't on your radar? So they are going to surprise you, and there will be a few other things that you have to look out for in general. I would recommend some affirmations of protection, you know, asking your angels and your guides to help you with this, and just say something like, you know, please show me the truth of all things. I am ready to see the truth of things, some stuff like that. Yeah, we're going to be okay. We have the 10 of Cups. This is the future outcome card, I feel. And it is showing harmony and loving balance and success. This is really, really good confirmation. I feel the excitement. Like, I feel the positive energy. I feel the high vibration here. You guys know how it is. Like, I felt it immediately with the Chariot card. I'm like, okay. So any final message of advice or guidance or any other interesting thing to note for group 3? Thank you, thank you. Alrighty. And we have the Fool. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Because you got the new beginning card. So that's coming. That's on its way. It's so close, group 3. I don't know. She's holding a purple crystal of some kind. I don't know if that's amethyst or something else. But yeah, don't be afraid. Have that courage. You're ready to start that new beginning. And clearly there's nothing that's going to actually stop you. It can try though, but it's just not going to, okay? Okay, so group 3, that's what I'm seeing for you. Really wonderful reading. I do hope that it was helpful and that it resonated. You can let me know below. And if you want a personal reading, again, the info is below. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. Thank you guys so very much. Sending you many blessings, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 4, which is the Wolf Totem. So let's get into it. Spirit, this reading is for group number 4. Please and thank you, our wolf group. Can you please let us know what is blocking them, or just anything at all, any advice, so that they can be in their fullest potential and power. Okay, Spirit, for group number 4, please. What is your starting message for them? Just anything, or what is blocking them? Thank you, thank you. Group 4, Wolf. So here, this really immediately struck me as someone who is contemplating ending a painful cycle, okay? So obviously that would suggest that there could be a current cycle in your life that is holding you back, okay? So it could be something that is 3D and obvious and environmental, but oftentimes it is reflective of our inner blockages too. Whatever the case is, group 4, it does seem like there is this repeating cycle. So the one, I guess, an easy way to kind of figure out what this is to just ask yourself, what cycle have I been in for a long time that has kept me stuck in an obvious way, right? So if that doesn't really resonate, you might need to kind of think about it more, but we'll get more messages. Spirit, what do we need to know? What specifically now is blocking group 4? That's the thing about this card. I'm seeing this person with this freedom to walk forward, but they're not. It feels like they're stuck to the ground that they're standing on, and they're just maybe kind of paralyzed. Here with the 3 of Cups, honestly, it looks like the same thing. That's not usually what I feel from this card, but in this context, I am seeing that. So maybe it's suggesting that you are maybe there is some involvement with another person that's making this decision difficult. I'm not sure exactly. Spirit, can you tell us what is blocking them, what has been blocking them, and what could still block them? What do we need to know for group 4? Thank you. With these 2 cards also, you can see that all 4 people are not looking at us. They're looking away. And that could be fine if we're like, you know, looking into a bright future. But here it kind of looks like someone, I don't know who, is not, they're not facing something. So there could be something that needs to be faced, which again can suggest that this is an internal thing. Like, you know, whether it's like a, I don't know, like a trauma or a decision or, you know, some kind of emotional thing here that needs to be addressed and is not being addressed. Okay, so now we have the moon card. Oh, look, you got the, I'm sorry. I was just excited because when I was presenting group number 4, I literally heard the howling from the wolf, and you got the howling wolf. I think that that's adorable, but anyway. So that's like such a primal instinct of, like, to me it felt a little bit like home and like freedom. Like, here's that beacon of light, here's that full moon in this particular case. Let's find home. With the moon card here, and you see the person beneath the surface of this deep body of water, this is very subconscious, or something within your actual energy itself, your spiritual energy and emotional body too. There's something deeply embedded here. So for many of you, you would benefit greatly from doing sacral chakra unblocking, because that's what I'm feeling from here. If you don't know anything about chakras or the sacral chakra, please check it out, because I think it would really, really help you, and it would really make things flow. So group 4, the first simple answer is actually that. I'll get to the other message too, but I think that what is blocking you could be your sacral chakra. So it's a very specific one. The other groups didn't get a specific chakra, I don't think. Well, maybe they did a little bit, but not the sacral one. Okay, so what else do we need to know about what is blocking them? And you might be wondering why, right? Okay, so why is my sacral chakra blocked? The sacral chakra is it developed pretty early, I'm assuming, but it's the one responsible for our feelings of joy and creativity, emotion, sexuality. So for any number of reasons, that could be imbalanced or blocked, and probably it happened really soon into your incarnation, into this lifetime, right? I believe we're confirmed here because we have King of Cups. King of Cups is showing a balance of that water energy, the sacral chakra being the water chakra. Okay. But you know what's missing from here? I'm just noticing this. He doesn't have the little stick thingy. I don't know what it's called, but I think with the singing bowls, he doesn't have his tool to play the instrument. So I thought that was interesting. So group 4, there also could be something there. I think there's a hint there that, like, you want to play this instrument, you want to sing your song and live your life and write your story and achieve your goal, but there is something that you need. Maybe you're the one that's going to have to create it, but it does feel like there is something inherently missing from this equation. I don't know what it is. That might be the thing that you weren't looking at. I don't know. Oh, and he's closing his eyes. There's really something here that you may not have addressed or faced. If you feel like this is not you and you have done all this psychic work, there is a chance it's someone else too connected to your energy. I don't know yet. Spirit, can you tell us about what is it that they need to possibly face, or what do they need? What do they need to look at? Anything like that? Well, this looks like it's talking about some kind of conflict or disruption, or even like intense or chaotic energies that disrupted a sense of balance and oneness in a general sense here. So whether this was your home environment, whether this was your own energy, whether this was a beautiful spiritual connection of some sort that you were dealing with, there was this blocked flow. This 5 of Wands could have come from any different direction. It could have come from within you or another person. It could have been environmental, but I think it was sincerely a spiritual thing. So what does the 5 of Wands represent? I wish I could get you like a succinct answer, but there's kind of a lot going on here. So we have the King of Cups. We also have the Queen of Cups. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. So group 4, yes, there's a lot going on here. Take this as it resonates, but either this is with a person / situational thing, or it's just happening within yourself. Whatever is the case, harmony was disrupted, okay? So let's say that this is just you dealing with your own stuff. We all have this sort of inner balance, like our yin and yang, and just within our chakras. but this was really thrown off balance, and I think that it was off balance for a long time. So, you know, there is a chance it could have been this could have been this way for years and decades even. If this was more recent, which I kind of doubt, it could have been a little bit more situational. Everybody here is closing their eyes. You see, like, again, there's something here that it's maybe you or someone was just not ready to look at something. That could be true as well. Spirit, anything else about what is blocking them now and maybe even into the future and how they can unblock? Okay, group 4. I guess that's it. I guess that's the succinct way to say this, if I was to like bullet point your answer, is that I do feel that it is trauma. Okay. Obviously, it's not that simple. It is definitely complicated. There's probably a million things that you feel might be blocking you. But if you want the actual truth and pinpoint it, I do feel that there is some deeply embedded trauma. Okay, so it could be various chakras, but the way that we're seeing it here is 3 of Swords, and you can see the pain of that. You can see it's like this fresh wound, even though it's quite old, most likely. So I really think that you guys really truly need to take time for a lot of healing and self-care. No matter what that takes, I think that you really need to give yourself that time and that self-compassion, or whatever else is needed to heal. Because, you know, sometimes there's more involved. Sometimes when we see, for example, like maybe the heart chakra, there's also matters of like forgiveness and whatever, but I know some people don't like to think about that. But there's the deep healing is needed here. So if you want to do deep inner child wound healing, rhodonite definitely comes to mind. And actually I have it right here. I might use this for a different video, but this is a bracelet. Rhodonite is really good for inner child healing, but of course you can use anything of the heart chakra crystals. And one visualization that I've often recommended, you might have heard me say it already, is talking to your child self, visualizing that child, talking to the child, bringing in your higher self and your angels to help to give loving messages as well, can be very healing. Okay, so besides this, Spirit, is there anything more environmental or more anything different, anything beyond this that's blocking them? And then we'll get the final advice for you guys. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, the only other thing here that I would say is blocking you is anything at all that inhibits your freedom or independence. If there's something or someone that tends to kind of creep in and say, oh yeah, do it this way, or no, think about that, or no, like this is the situation itself, that's going to block you directly because you're a free soul. I think one of the other groups got a similar message here, but this is what you need. You need to have your own freedom to be cleansed and cleared of any, I guess, preconceived notions or opinions that just weren't serving you. This is not to say you can't take advice, but I think that you just need a break from all this stuff and you need to start fresh. And you are the one who needs to determine how you're going to go about your path, because it's yours. And you need to have that confidence that this is mine. I'm the one in control of my path. I get to call the shots of my path because I will do what's best for me with the help of my guides I'm seeing here. And there is this happiness that comes from that. So yeah, anything with the word independence, I think, is going to help to free you, to unblock you. And I am feeling here now, they did kind of use the word oppression for a big part of your life. That energy itself could have been blocking you, again, for a very long time. And all you needed was a little break from that to get some perspective and to see what was really going on. And then it would have been cleared. So that's what you need next, is what I'm seeing here. Okay. Any other final messages, advice, guidance for group number 4? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So we have this. Oh my God, this is really crazy. Look, you have the Ace of Pentacles. You have the Fool. And then I could not help but notice, but on the bottom, you also have the Ace of Wands, okay? This is like triple confirmation to me that you're on your way to this awakening, this new beginning. The Ace, and the Fool, meaning new beginnings. This is really good news for you guys. So maybe take this time, this time of the year, this opportunity to really reinvent yourself. I just put a sticker on my phone. I think it was like the circle. It's actually on the back of the phone I'm using to record, and it's like a circle, and it says a new era of me. So like maybe I was kind of, like maybe that is what we're in. Like we're in this opportunity to start fresh. So group 4, if that resonates with you, please go ahead, unapologetically start that new path for yourself. It is like your eyes are opening. It's really wonderful energy, and I really hope that you take advantage of it, okay? So group 4, I hope that this helped. It's a difficult kind of a reading, but I hope it resonated, and if you need any further clarification, you can check out my other pick of cards, or if you want a personal reading from me, the link is below. Thank you guys so much, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. But I am sending you many blessings, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.